Blissful Heart channel. I'm Desiree Lee, here to give you your weekly Bliss Fix, an energy read for the collective for the week of January 12th to January 18th, 2018. Hi, welcome back to my channel, to all my subscribers, and for anyone that's new, I do both energy reads for the collective, for your soul, spiritual growth, and twin flame readings for the collective. This is the energy read. So this week we have a new moon in Capricorn on Tuesday the 16th, and this new moon is definitely about like getting ready to be ready to propel forward in this year. And I think it makes so much sense. Like, I got that hit last week in both the twin flame reading and in the energy reading of everybody kind of feeling that sense of urgency of like, okay, I got to get it together. Like, I got to get my goals in alignment. I got to get some motivation going. I got to start directing energy towards my goals. And so I really feel that this new moon is going to give us that final push to propel us forward for the year of 2018 and to really commit to the goals that we set for ourselves for the year. So I'm sure that we're going to be seeing a lot of that in the reading today. I will be doing a live new moon reading on my Facebook page. So if you aren't plugged to me on Facebook, go ahead and find me at Blissful Heart. And I do new moon and full moon readings on that page that are live. And we're also preparing for eclipse season. Today I sat down and looked at the calendar year for the new and the full moons. And there's a few months, at least 2 or 3 months, that have one new moon in it with 0 full moons. Like February has 0 full moon energy in it. So I just thought it was interesting because we have 2 full moons in the month of January as we prepare. The next full moon on the 31st is preparing us for eclipse season. So, I mean, we're really getting ready to get on that rocket ship of energy. I want to send a special thank you to all my subscribers. As you guys know, you mean so much to me, and I always appreciate your love and support. And if you haven't clicked subscribe, just know that when you do, you help submit your energy into the collective whole and empower these readings. The readings are definitely guided by the divine for the collective of who needs to hear the message the most. So just know that, you help participate when you subscribe to my channel. I am releasing another coupon. This one is for 10% instead of 15% like the Christmas one. But this is definitely to help inspire people and get them directed for their new moon transference into 2018. It's called New Year's 10, and I do have that code in the description box below. That's 10% off any readings. It's just, you can use it for your twin flame journey as well if you want, but I definitely just wanted to put that out there because we're really getting ready for something really big this year. So hopefully you're all feeling really directed, and if you're not, I can help you with that. So for today's reading, I'm going to be using the numerology guidance cards that I always use. I'm going to be using the daily guidance from your Angels Oracle Guidebook by Doreen Virtue. Not the guidebook, but the cards. I'm going to be using the Oracles of Shadow and Light by Lucy Cavendish. I also got another new deck, the Healing Light Tarot, very much like a traditional tarot with some new imagery. I'm also using the Whispers of Love Oracle and the Akashic Tarot. So anybody that's been following me for a while, most of these cards are not new, but I'm excited to do this spread for the week. Okay. So we're going to take a look at the overall energy for the collective for the week of January 12th to January 18th. Spirit of Love and Light, what is the overall energy for the collective for this week? Thank you, thank you, thank you. 77, spirituality. That's not a big surprise. And then for our secondary message, we are pulling from the Angel cards by Doreen Virtue. And we're asking the Angels of Truth, Love, and Light to echo or add on to the overall energy for the week of January 12th to January 18th. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What do you desire? You can't make this stuff up, right? You now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life as if by magic. Yeah. So we'll pull those cards up on the screen real quick. Not that they need a whole lot of explanation, because I kind of feel like my little bit about this new moon energy is basically what these two cards are saying. The overall energy of this week is definitely pushing us towards a deeper level of spirituality within ourselves. And it is a calling out to divine feminines in particular to kind of get it together, you know, just disconnect from thinking about your twin flame experience for a little while so you can get yourself oriented and directed on your path. One of the things that I shared in my private, because she got these messages in her reading, is that, you know, in terms of coming into union, Spirit wants to make sure that you're strong and that you got a solid foundation, and that you're, you know, you're not only like emotionally strong, but you're spiritually strong, and you're strong in your mission, and you have a really strong foundation. Because, you know, coming into union can be a little disruptive in like the best way possible, but it can be very challenging. So Spirit does make sure that, especially for the divine feminines in particular, that they are ready to handle that significant shift of two powerful, I mean, if you just think of the energy that the two of you hold separately, and then that union energy, you know, it's almost like an atom bomb type of explosion of energy that can just kind of reach out into other aspects of your life. So if you have a really strong foundation and you're emotionally ready, you know, you've cleared a lot of your negative habitual patterns in terms of codependency or neediness, you know, but just like feeling that sense of groundedness, because we all need that in any relationship, whether you're twin flame or not, you know. So, and then our secondary card, what do you desire, is again just echoing what I talked about for this new moon energy. Like, get focused, get centered, write stuff down, prepare, right? I feel like again, this is a classic image of like getting your ticket for a ticket to ride, you know, and in more than a train energy, I'm seeing more of a rocket ship energy. This is explosive, and this is like a boat that you don't want to miss, right? This is a rocket ship that you don't want to miss. You want to make sure that you're ready, because you don't want to be on the platform and miss your chance to, you know, really manifest your desires. So this is definitely Spirit calling out to you to get it together, get ready. So looking at the weekly overview, we're going to be going to the Shadows of Light Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. We're going to ask the angels of truth, love, and light what we're looking at for the first part of the week, Spirit. What are we looking at for the first part of the week? Strange Valentine. Love is strange. Card 9, or 27, which is a 9. And then the middle part of the week, what are we looking at, Spirit? What would the angels like to share with us for the middle part of the week? The 3 Fates. What comes around? Card 26, which is an 8. Interesting. And then for the tail end of the week, Spirit, what are we looking at for the tail end of the week? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Eclipse Mermaid, a powerful energy shift. Card 10, right? So, the new moon is on the 16th. The tail end of the week is like 17th, 18th. I mean, this is definitely making some sense here. It always does, doesn't it? All right, so going to the Healing Light Tarot, we're going to echo or add on to the messages of the oracles of shadow and light, and ask Spirit what they'd like to add on to Strange Valentine. Card 3 of Cups. Interesting, some love energy here. And then for the middle of the week, we have the 3 Fates and Queen of Swords. And then for the tail end of the week, we have Eclipse Mermaid and Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful, some powerful queen energy in here. Okay, and then for our final message, we're going to be going to the Whispers of Love Oracle and ask the angels of truth, love, and light, what is the message they want to give as an outline or lesson of the week? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look at your pattern in relationships. Wasn't I saying this is what you want to make sure you're clear on to come into union? It requires strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Nice message there. And then our secondary message is from the Akashic Tarot, and we're asking the angels of truth, love, and light, what is the final message you would like to either echo or add on to in this message? 3 of Keys, the chess game. Interesting. And the look at your pattern in relationships is 32, which is a 5. Okay, so I'm going to sit with these cards and I will be right back. Okay, so I've had a minute to sit with the cards, and I mean, wow, what a very clear message we're getting today. And it is very much about this new moon energy, but more importantly, it's about some very big transitions that are taking place. I feel like we really started kind of undergoing this self-reflective process under the full moon on January 1st, and we're seeing it kind of slowly evolve, and we're looking at some big clearance on the 31st for the eclipse season. So let's go ahead and start with the first part of the week here. We're going to pull up card 27, Strange Valentine, and 3 of Cups. So this card is actually, these cards are very positive, right? So Strange Valentine, love is strange, is basically saying like, you might be having some new romance or unexpected romance in your life. And then the 3 of Cups is saying like joy, celebration, emotional like happiness. You know, this could be like a birth as well, but this very celebratory energy. Okay, so you know, the messages that have been coming through in the twin flame readings has definitely been pointing more towards new love for a lot of divine feminines whose divine masculine isn't showing up or isn't ready to show up, I should say. And you know, one of the things that I never talk about, and I know this is an energy read, but I just feel called to mention it right now, is that if your divine masculine isn't ready, it could be because you're not, right? I feel like there's definitely a collaboration of the energy, you know, and sometimes, you know, you are ready, like emotionally and spiritually, you're on your mission work, you're all these great things, but you're married, or, you know what I mean, you're involved with somebody else, like you don't have space. So, I mean, I feel like that just needs to be mentioned briefly, is that sometimes if your divine masculine isn't ready, it might just possibly, I would say even 9 times out of 10, mean that you're not ready. But that being said, there are other occasions where it's like, maybe it's just not in your path to be in union at this point in time. So yes, a lot of divine feminines are meeting like twin flame facilitators, new passionate love, men or women that are attracted to them, that treat them right. You know, there's this celebratory energy. On a smaller percentile, I am feeling like this could hint towards some union for some twin flames, okay? So, you know, I don't want to like put that out in the forefront because I do think it's a smaller part, but I am feeling, and I have seen in a lot of my privates, some, not many, but some twin flame relationships are looking like they're moving towards union in the next like 2.5, 3 months. Okay, so then we move into the middle part of the week, right? So the first part of the week is all about this love energy. It's very kind, you know, 12th and 13th. So we're looking at like what, Friday and Saturday, like a weekend energy, yeah? I feel like Monday, you know, things are going to go, what? And this could be connected to meeting somebody new as well, because the 3 Fates, card 26, what comes around, and the Queen of Swords are talking about clearing patterns, right? This is exactly what I already said at the beginning of this video. I kind of feel like if you watch the first like 5 to 8 minutes of this video, you don't even need to watch this anymore, because I pretty much said everything that's being said except for this new love one. But so the 3 Fates is like what comes around. We're basically saying like, if you have a pattern, which this is so interesting because this came up in a Skype session I had. If you have a pattern that's habitual, and maybe you've done a lot of work on yourself, but energetically you're still carrying that vibration of abuse or, you know, codependency or, you know, insecurity, inferiority, like if you're still vibrating at that frequency, this is the time to clear it. And one of the ways to do that, which the 3 Fates card talks about in the guidebook, is like if you're faced with a challenge, react in the completely opposite way that you normally would. Like, do it differently, change it, right? And this Queen of Swords is like talking about coming through with mental clarity, mental focus. The Queen of Swords has a history. She knows, she's been hurt. She's got skills. She's got knowledge and wisdom. She's coming through and she's cutting the lies. She's cutting the deception so that the truth can be fully revealed, right? So I feel like a lot of divine feminines are coming through this week with this energy of like seeing a pattern circle back, okay? And this is why I was saying it could be connected with this new love or this karmic relationship that you're in. And for anybody that's in union, it could be reflected with your union. But what's really going on is that there are lessons to be shown here in terms of what you need to let go of. And you can use that sword of truth as the Queen of Swords that is incredibly cool and confident and reveal the truth and then shift, do it differently, change your pattern, like break it, cut that energetic vibration, cut that cord, do something that you've never done before in terms of dealing with any kind of confrontation or any kind of, I mean, it's definitely more like an emotional or mental energy, okay? And so then we go into the tail end of the week and we have 10 Eclipse Mermaid, a powerful energy shift, and Queen of Pentacles, right? So we have like, what is it? The 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th is that new moon, and then 17th, 18th, right? So on the 17th and 18th, which is like Wednesday, Thursday, we're looking at this powerful shift moving in towards getting ready for the eclipse energy. The card itself is saying this is like eclipse energy, and I'm like, well, the eclipse is on its way. So I feel that it's definitely about getting ready and that it can bring some unwelcome change. So again, I'm feeling like this kind of earthquake energy loosening up all the sediment on the bottom of your murky pond so that you can clean that pond up and get those habitual patterns out and just clear and get focused on where you're going. So releasing these patterns, and we see it again in the final message here. And then the Queen of Pentacles is, in this deck in particular, it's very much reminiscent of the Empress energy. We're talking about a pregnant woman ready to give birth, grounded into the earth. This is like a very nurturing, safe haven of transformation, right? So what I'm feeling is that is a final message for this week is, or in the final end of the week, is that there's this powerful change happening, and it could feel like sadness. It could feel, I mean, it could be incredibly emotional, right? There's a lot of upsurge taking place. And we're safe, okay? So like Spirit's just like remind yourself like who you are and know that you're grounded. And if you aren't grounded, to do some grounding meditation or to anchor yourself by walking on the earth. But you know, get grounded. If you don't feel grounded, know that you can get grounded immediately, but that you're ready to birth something new, all right? This is basically the message. Like, what do you desire? You're getting ready to birth it. What do you desire? We're gonna like bring it to life, right? So, I mean, to me, it's just like you're writing your wish to the gods, and they're wanting to provide it. And you know, one of the things that I learned in the law of attraction or in manifestation work is that you've got to get specific. You can't just say, I want a lot of money doing something I love. I mean, you can ask like, what do I love? You know, you can ask questions and stuff, but you want to be like, I want to make, you know, 120K a year, teaching people this, that, or the other thing, or helping people with this, that, or the other thing. I mean, you know, try to get as specific as possible. And then when you've written that wish, you can just say this or something better. Like if you have something better planned for me, God, I'm open to that. This is what I feel is right. Okay. So there's like this conviction, this powerful conviction and intention that we need to bring to the table. So then for our final outcome message here, we have look at your pattern in relationships, card 32, with the 3 of keys, the chess game. So it requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. I mean, this is absolutely to me an echo of the message from the 3 fates. It's time to change patterns. You've outgrown them. And the only reason why you're repeating them is because you're not conscious. You aren't turned on to change. You've done all this other work, maybe like through therapy or through Reiki or whatever your method has been, through reading books, right? But what are you doing in real time? You know, when somebody says, hey, can you work an extra hour for me tonight? And you made plans to go out to dinner, and instead of saying, oh my gosh, you know what, I wish I could, but I actually have dinner date tonight at 7, you just like push your dinner date back, right? So I'm just like, that's just a loose example. I don't know where that came from, but it's just, that's a loose example of like learning how to say no, learning how to respect yourself, setting some boundaries, changing your pattern of behavior, whatever it is in terms of relationship. It typically is connected to codependent behavior, which is like wanting approval all the time. So always doing things to get approval, seeking approval, wanting people to like you, being afraid people won't like you, not wanting to say no. Like those are typically the most general wounds that the Divine Feminine are healing. Some Divine Feminine are clearly healing other wounds, but I'm just speaking generally, of course. And so the 3 of Keys, the chess game, is talking about having a strategy and kind of emotionally disconnecting and taking a step back and evaluating, right? So if you think about the game of chess, right, if it's your turn, it's a slow game, right? It's not like checkers, you know, it's a slow strategic game. And so this card is definitely saying like, look at your relationship patterns. And it doesn't have to be in love, sexual relationships, right? It could be, but it's just your patterns in interaction with people. Look at them and then evaluate, okay? The Queen of Swords energy is coming through to help us see the truth clearly, and then we can make the right decision, yeah? And so, yes, one of the other things that I did in my healing process in learning how to say no is that when I wasn't comfortable saying no, I would say, you know what, can I think about that for a little bit? I just want to look at my schedule, or, you know, if you don't mind, I'll get back to you tomorrow, or I'll get back to you tomorrow. You know, I'm going to think about that. I'll get back to you tomorrow. I mean, that's kind of where it evolves to. In the beginning is definitely do you mind if I think about that? Like we're still like asking for permission because we don't want to upset anybody. And then it turns into, no, I'm going to go ahead and think about that. You know, so, and then eventually you have an immediate like, no, actually I can't do that. So like that's the progression that I went through. And that's the one that you may be going through. So yeah, I think that, you know, overall, I'm incredibly excited about the eclipse coming up. I feel like God or the angels give us this beautiful grace period to prepare. And, you know, I know many of you, not only those of you on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook and Instagram, but people in my yoga classes and, you know, just my friends, like a lot of us underwent some very powerful physical reaction to the ascension of January 1st. And it totally derailed me for like 5 to 7 days. I know that a lot of other people are experiencing it as well. And like people are calling it a cold, but it's like the strangest cold, right? I mean, anyway, so a lot of people are experiencing that. So it's like, okay, you were derailed for the first part of January. Here we go. Let's get back on track. Let's get back together. Let's get excited about what we're manifesting. Let's get focused on what we're manifesting. Let's get rid of all that stuff that's creating, you know, a heavy vibration and prepare to get on that rocket ship. So again, I do have that 10% discount running until the end of the month. And you can check in the description box below for that coupon code. And I will be doing my new moon reading on Tuesday. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon. Mwah.